Hello beautiful people. In today's video I'm going to be doing 2 looks with the new Natasha Denona bronze palette. I tried to get 3 looks in here but it just wouldn't fit because I can't cut my tutorials down enough. Anyways, I will try and get better at that. If you want to see the 2 looks that I came up with, then let's get started. Alright, I'm attempting to do a halo eye. I don't do these very often because I don't have a lot of lid space to work with, but I attempted it here. This is a quick preview of it. Alright, so in with the new Natasha Denona bronze palette, I am going to take the shade, what did I start off with first? So I set my lid very, very lightly with my MAC Brulee eyeshadow. Don't know where that is right now, but I'm going very lightly into the shade Beach. And I'm going to take that with the lightest hand just to start to like give my eyeball some definition. Now I don't really know exactly the correct technique to do a halo eye because I don't like ever do them because they take a lot of time and I'm just a lid and crease kind of girl, but today I decided to do something different. Okay, so then I'm going to take my super tiny little dense brush here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start taking the shade Magma, this really nice warm brown shade, warm reddish brown. And I'm just going to start taking, I believe I took it on the outer corner first. So I'm just going to start packing this on the outer corner just lightly and lightly start to blend it out. I'm going to try and make this quick because it's like 35, almost 40 degrees here. And I had to turn my AC off because it was too loud. So I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible so I don't start like sweating profusely. Alright, then I'm taking a slightly fluffier brush. This is one of the brushes that came with the Anastasia palette. I don't know which one. And I'm going to go in very lightly to that Magma shade. And I'm just going to like blow it out a little bit and just like fluff it out to the outer corner here. Actually, I think what I did to help take that shade out, I took the shade Beach again, very lightly. And that's what I used to blend it out. Yeah, that's what I did. And then I'm just going to lightly build with the shade Magma again and just keep layering and blending out until I have the consistency, not consistency, the blend that I like. Alright. Sometimes I hate doing this eye first because I never remember exactly what I did. Alright, that's it for now. I'm going to start working on the inner corner, and this is the part that I find the hardest because I don't have a lot of space there. But I'm taking the shade Magma on that same small tiny brush, and I'm just going to work it on the inner corner here. And then just start taking it up just slightly. I don't want to bring it in too far because I do want to leave like pretty much that space there for the other shade that I'm going to use. Now I don't remember, yeah, I think I used this brush because it was slightly more dense but also still fluffy. And I'm going to take that Beach shade and I believe I just worked the shade up here just a little bit. Now this ended up going a little more slanted to the outside than I wanted. I kind of wanted it straight up and down, but because of how my eyes are shaped, I found that a little bit difficult. And like I said, this is like one of the first times in a very, very, very long time that I'm attempting this, so trying to follow along what I did here. Okay, I'm not going to fuss too much with that, and I'm just going to connect these two just slightly. I'm going to mix Suntan and Beach together. So this shade right here and Beach right here. And I'm just going to lightly connect those there. I'm just going to wipe my brush off. Oh, I'm already starting to sweat. This is ridiculous. Wow. Okay, I'm not going to fuss too much with this inner corner here because I know I kind of just like blended as I was going. So I'm taking my Fenty Beauty Highlight and Hustler Baby, and I'm just going to take that to the inner corner just to help give this area a blend because I like the look of that. Now I did go back in this side with some more dark that's not quite blended out. I don't like that. Alright, there we go. Okay, I'm just taking a slightly bit more magma, tapping it off. I'm just taking it on the inner corner more just to help blend and build. Alright, I think that looks good enough for now. Okay, so next I'm taking the glitter glue. Where'd she go? A little bit of glitter glue on the tip of my finger. And I'm just going to tap that on the space where there's nothing and just slightly overlap it with that brown, but just slightly. Because I don't want it to get too much of a hush line over there, and I'm just going to bring it up just a bit. And then I'm wiping my finger off because you don't want to go into the palette with gross stuff on your finger. It's going to give you a hard pan. So I'm wiping it off, and I'm going into this beautiful duochrome shade, Bliss. It's like pink and yellow and green. It's so pretty. I'm just taking a nice amount of that on my finger. Like, look how gorgeous that is. And I'm going to start to tap that in the inner, in the middle part here. And then before I go back into the palette, I'm going to wipe it off again in case I got any of that sticky stuff on it. And then just keep tapping and blending. This is a gorgeous shade. Oh. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that small tiny little brush, I'm going to wipe it off really good, and I'm going to dip it into the Bliss shade, and I'm just going to tap over top of where the Magma shade and the Bliss shade connect, just to give it a little bit of a blend. Not much, because, you know, it's a halo eye, I kind of want it to be like dramatic like that. And then I'm going to take, what did I take? I think I took a bit of Beach. Yeah, I think I took Beach, tapped it off, and I just kind of took it over because I brought the shimmer up a little bit too high, so I just want to get rid of that a little bit. So I'm going to take the shade Beach and just blend those together. And then I want to take my fluffier brush again and go in slightly with Magma, tap it off, and just blow it out on this side just a little bit more. That's not working, so I'm going to take my smaller brush, dip it into that shade. Alright, and then I'm just going to blend it with this. No, I need this brush. I want more of a blown out effect. Okay. Taking some more Beach and just definitely on the outer edges there. Okay, whew, it's getting hot. Oh my gosh. This is insane, you guys. This is insane, this heat. Okay, taking my Strange eyeshadow shade from my Urban Decay Naked 3 palette, and I'm taking that on the brow bone. This is going to help blend. I feel like this looks a little messy, but like I feel like it's going to come together once I have mascara and everything on. But this is one of those looks where it kind of looks crazy until the whole look is finished. Then again, it's my first attempt in a very long time at a halo eye, so I mean, I don't know, I think it's going okay. It's not perfect, but it is what it is. Okay, that's done. I'm going to tightline my upper lash line. I'm sorry if you guys find that gross. It's an essential step. Okay, I'm not going to add any eyeliner, but I am going to take a small flat brush and just go into that shade Magma and just make sure it's really wiggled into the lash line at the outer edge here, just to add some extra definition, because I don't want to put mascara. I'm trying to get out of putting liner because I find it takes up a lot of space on my lid, and I like to emphasize now my lid space. If that makes any sense. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish up the face and come back and complete the look with you guys and show you the finished product. Alright, to finish up the eyes, I'm taking my Essence shadow and liner, and I'm just going to run that on the lower lash line. I already applied my inner corner highlight, which was my MAC Gold. I thought that would be great for this look here. Sebastian is kind of moody today, so he's going to be making noises on my shoulder. I'm sorry. Alright, because there's no lighter shade enough for me in this palette, I'm going to be bringing in something else, which is completely fine with me. I know a lot of people, you know, see that as a con. I do not, because I have other colors that I can use. So I'm taking that on Urban Decay X. Sorry, it's a peachy gold color, which I thought would look amazing with this look. And I'm just going to be taking this on the inner corner here, because I can't bring a darker shade on the inner corner. I can't duplicate what's on my lids on my lower lash line because I will look like I got punched in the eye. And then I'm going to take the shade Bliss on that same small brush, and I'm going to take that from halfway, and I'm going to blend it to the outer corner. Can you shush? I think this is such a pretty color. Oh my gosh. Taking a Q-tip and dusting away the excess. Okay, I can't concentrate with you growling in my ear. And then I'm taking my pencil brush and I'm going to go into the shade Magma. And I'm going to put that on the outer edge to add dimension and give it depth. Just going to wipe off the brush here and just blend it out a little bit. Okay, then I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and dip into Magna and Beach, and I'm just going to feather this out a little bit to match the blend on the other side. Sometimes I find after I put my foundation I have to do this just to make it look cohesive and all even. Taking a bit more Magma on the outer corner here. Alright. And final blend. Okay, I will apply mascara and show you the final look. Okay, and this completes look number 2. I am going to zoom in a little bit so you can see the eyes. And I'll zoom out so you can see the whole face all put together. Okay guys, this is it. This is the first look that I've come up with using the new Natasha Denona bronze palette. I will save my thoughts to the end of the video. For my lip, I used the Marc Jacob Raw Raw. I thought it tied in nicely with the peachy bronzy feel. I didn't want anything too nude because I'm a little more tanned now and my nudes look a little bit weird sometimes. But anyways, this is look number 1. Now let's move on to look number 2. Alright, so for the second look, it's going to be really easy. I'm going to basically be spending the afternoon beside or in a pool on a floaty. So I want it to be nice and summery looking, so it's going to be quite simple. I'm first going to start off with the shade, I think I'm going to do Sundown. I'm going to do Sundown in the crease. I'm going to take that on a fluffier brush, and I'm trying something different. I already got my brows done, so I just want to see if this helps with me blending the outer corner here. I don't know what I'm trying to do, but I just thought I would change it up for today. Alright, there's Sundown. I'm going to mix a little bit of Beach in with it just because I don't want it to be so dark. Alright, super easy. Blending it now with this smaller, more dense brush. Just going to take a little bit of Beach and Sundown, tapping it off, and then focusing it more on the inner part of the crease. I didn't leave much room for, I wanted to do 3 looks with this video, but I did too much talking with my last video, so it's going to have to be 2 looks with this video, and then I do have another couple in mind that I'll come back and do another video with. But for now, this is what it is. Okay, so I'm taking a little bit, I don't think I need it. Actually, let me just see, this is pretty sticky. Anyways, my fingers, I'm going to take the shade True Bronze, which is this gorgeous color here. And I'm taking that all over the lid. This seems like a really beautiful shimmer just to kind of like showcase for this look. My eyes are kind of small and I feel like these type of looks are better for me. Plus they're really easy. just take a brush here, taking a flat brush here, and I'm just going to go in with that shade just to help blend out the outer corners. Very pretty. I want to see what it looks like with the glitter glue. So I'm just going to take just a dab of that on my finger, and I'm going to apply that on the lid. Taking some more on the brush and just applying it to the lid. And I'm wiping off the brush before I go back into that shade so I don't create a hard pan and get the glitter glue that could be on my brush into the pan. I hate that. Alright, this is a really pretty color. And I'm just basically going to take it out into the crease slightly. If you don't like shimmer in the crease, then don't bring it out as far. And I'm going to go back in with Beach and Suntan mixed together on my brush just to blend those two together. Alright, super easy look. Kind of want a little bit of a yellow. I feel like a yellow would go nice in the inner corner, but I don't have one, so you know what? I'm gonna cheat a little. I'm gonna bring Kat Von D pastel gloss and take a little bit of yellow, and I'm just gonna bring it in here. See, I tried to stick with just one palette, but I think that looks kind of nice. You can even see it. Just kind of adds to the look. Alright, then I'm going in with my eye brow bone color. And I'm just applying that in the outer corner here, into the inner corner. I'm going to go back with my brush with nothing on it. I wiped it off and then just blend that together. Okay. For the inner corner, as per usual, I'm taking this Hustler Baby shade, highlight, blending the inner corner together. Okay, I don't think I'm going to put any eyeliner. I am going to line my waterline. And then for the lower lash line, I will come back and finish that after. I'm just going to finish up with this eye, do something with my face, and show you the lower lash line in just a couple seconds. Alright, so to finish up the eye, I'm going to dip into a different palette because I cannot use the same palette for everything, especially when it doesn't come with a couple shades. I'm sure you've heard a lot of reviews on this already, and you know that there is no lightest shade in here. So there's nothing for me to go on my inner corner with, or there's nothing I prefer to use on my lower lash line for a look like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into another Natasha Denona palette, and I'm going to use this shade right here from the Aries palette. The blue I had to take out because it was, it dropped and it shattered, so I'm keeping it in a safe place somewhere else in case you're wondering why I have one missing. Anyways, I'm taking the shade Peach Bronze, which is this color right here. It's a very beautiful pinky champagne-y color. I think that it goes with the look really well. I needed something lighter to put on the lower lash line because I wanted something just light today. And of course, as usual, this has turned out to be a pretty much all shimmer look. I'm sorry if you don't like that. That's just the way it goes on this channel. Anyways, I'm wetting my brush. I put a little bit of Urban Decay all-nighter on the back of this highlighting palette, and I'm just taking that wet underneath the entire lower lash line. I try to do more matte looks with like color and stuff like that, but when it comes to this kind of look, I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. I'm just taking a more smaller brush and I'm just going over it again just to give it a little more color payoff. And then for the inner corner, I'm taking this shade from L'Oreal Infallible Gold Mine. It's a beautiful gold color. And I thought that would look good instead of the other MAC gold that I always use. So I'm just popping a little of this into the inner corner. And blending it down onto the lower lash line with the other shade. And then for the inner rim, I thought it would be nice to add a pop of some sort of color, so I'm going to add yellow to the waterline. And then I'm going to go over that with the Kat Von D yellow that I used on this part of my lid up here. Alright, then just going back over the lower lash line one more time. Alright, I will be back with mascara and show you the completed look and let you know what else is on my face. Okay, so here is the final eye look. I added mascara and top to bottom lashes. And zoomed out. This is what the entire look looks like. Sorry, that's reflecting. So for lips, I used Buxom Mykonos Sunrise or Mykonos Sunrise for my lips. For highlight, I used Wet n Wild's I'm So Lit, and literally a dab will do because I feel like I overdid it. For blush, I used, what did I use? Oh yeah, I just used from the Bloom palette, just this one right here. And I used a little bit of the cream blush to like set everything over top. And by set everything, I just mean like melt it all together. And for, I think that was it. I was going to originally go for a hot pink lip like Candy Yum Yum, but the True Bronze shade turned out a little more orange and a little more warm on my skin tone that I had swatched on my finger, so I had to abort that plan. So if my lower lip looks more pink than the top lip, it's because I had to test this and it's slightly stained. Anyways, this is the final second look on this palette. I don't have time to do a third look like I wanted to do. My internet is really slow and I have to try and upload less than half an hour video, so I'm hoping this will be around the 20-minute mark if I can get to my point and get this over with. I do have a couple more looks that I want to do. I have some written down here. Overall thoughts on this palette, first impressions, I like it. I saw it and I couldn't wait for it. I'm not a neutral person, but this palette called to me. I do like the fact that there is a lot of different bronze shades, different undertones, different finishes within this palette. I know a lot of people have made a comment about, you know, not having a lighter champagne shade. For me, that's not a deal breaker because I do have other palettes that I do go into, like whenever I do my makeup, so that for me is fine. If you are someone who collects neutral palettes, then I feel like maybe you might have similar shades to these in other palettes. But for someone like me who doesn't have a lot of neutral palettes because I don't buy them, I buy more colorful ones, I don't have the diverse collection as some other people might. Now I know there could be a few more shades of the golds in other palettes of Natasha Denona herself. I haven't yet done any swatch comparisons to share. But what I do like about this palette is if I do want to go in with the bronze look, I pretty much have everything I need. Color coordinating shade wise. Like I have the mattes here, I have that really warm brown that I really like, I have that color. So for me, I like it. I'm not going to return it. I love it. I'm a Natasha Denona lover and collector of her palettes for the most part. I mean, I didn't buy her Biba palette because for me that's just too boring and bland for my taste. But the mattes blend super well. Yeah, the mattes are creamy and they blend it really well. Like, I'd have no problem. The first day I got this palette, I was literally just like throwing it on my eyes just because I wanted to get a feel for it. And I created a look in like literally like a couple seconds. Like, a couple swipes here, a couple swipes there, bam, I'm good to go. The shimmers are pigmented. Some of them, I haven't used all of them yet, so I can't speak on all of them, but the ones I have used, I love. What else was I going to say? Sorry, I'm just reading my notes here. Yeah, I think I pretty much covered all of my pros and cons for some people versus pros for other people. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be bringing a couple more to you. I'm not sure if I'll try and do 2 looks with one palette and like just do the eye, show you the finished eye, and then do the other one. We'll see how that goes, but I'm working on a second video because I have a couple more looks that I do want to use. I want to do one with the purples here, and I do want to do one. I love this bliss shade, so I want to incorporate that in the look. And I also have a look planned for the shade Magma and High Degree. I can't wait. I'm going to work on that this week, and hopefully within the next couple weeks I can get that out to you. So if you're not already subscribed, subscribe so you can get notified of when I upload that. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching, and you will see me in my next video. Bye!